What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of this Southampton career mode, where today we will be wrapping up our first season here at the Saints. As you can see, we finished in the top 4, so we will be playing in next year's Champions League competition, providing we obviously get through the qualification stages. One game left to play, of course, and that is the small matter of the FA Cup final, where we'll be taking on Manchester City, who we pipped to the 4th place. They actually ended up in 6th, so going into that game at Wembley, hoping to grab a piece of silverware. So difficult to pick the side today. There are a lot of players that deserve to play, but we've gone for the 4-2-3-1 formation. Very familiar with that system. Fraser Forster in goal, Bertrand left back, Callum Chambers starts at right back, Fonte and Van Dijk at centre halves. Victor Wanyama, of course, ever present, will be in that central midfield role, partnered by Sergi Roberto. Balassi on the left, the Ox on the right, Dele Alli in that cam role behind Charlie Austin. Big day for him. Hopefully he can fire us to FA Cup glory. So here we go at the famous Wembley Stadium, playing for the most prestigious cup in football against Manchester City. Going to be a tough game. There's the routes that both sides have taken to get here to the final. Remember that dramatic semi-final victory against Leicester where we equalised in stoppage time. The sides walk out here. It's a very, very good Manchester City side, but a chance for us to lift a trophy. Let's have a look at the main player to watch for Manchester City then. It's going to be Kevin De Bruyne, but they've got so many other talented players in that squad as well. It was difficult for me to pick the squad today. Obviously, there's a lot of players that deserve to start. I'm just looking at that City lineup. You've got Benzema, Sterling, some massive, massive players in there. But this is the starting 11 and the formation that we've gone for. Forster in goal, Bertrand, Chambers fullbacks, Fonte, Van Dijk, Sergi Roberto, Wanyama in the middle with Balassi, Dele Alli, the Ox, and Charlie Austin leading the attacking line today. Let's have a look at the lineup that City have gone for. Very, very strong squad. Joe Hart in goal, Javi Martinez and Otamendi at centre-backs. Then you've got Clichy, Zabaleta at full-back. They've gone for 5 in the middle, Fernandinho and Delph, with Sterling on the left, De Bruyne on the right. Yaya Toure will play behind Benzema. It's going to be a tough one. Let's see if we can win this competition. So picked up the ball in the middle. Sergio Roberto finds Victor Wanyama, who's going to back heel it to Ali. Looks for Austin. It's not going to find him. The ball played back to Joe Hart. What's he doing there? Taking a risk. Here's Ryan Bertrand in possession. Not a lot on for him. He's going to find Victor Wanyama. Plays it around the corner to Dele Alli. Looks to chip one over the top to the Ox, who might get there. He has done. He's miscued his effort. Not the strike he wanted to get off on goal there. Good chance. Good promising signs. Clichy with a strange looking back pass. Makes Hart run for it. Wow. Here's Yaya Toure. Good interception from Bertrand. And we've got possession again. Here's Dele Alli. Sidesteps his man. Just going to let fly. Is that going to go for a corner? Yes, it is. So this corner will be driven to the edge of the box where there is a man waiting. Balassi struck it cleanly, but unfortunately off target. Karim Benzema bringing the ball forward now for City. They've got options forward. Yaya Toure finds De Bruyne, who's quick. He looks to accelerate away from Ryan Bertrand, who's getting back at him. De Bruyne flashes one across goal. Nobody on the end of it. Ball's fizzed into Benzema. Van Dijk dives in. Referee plays an advantage. Toure has the shot, goes wide, but he's pulled it back for the free kick. So Yaya Toure is the man standing over it. He's going to go for goal. He's bent one. Forster tips it onto the post. Here is Dele Alli. Plays it forward to Wanyama. He's going to hold the play up. And now the Ox is making a forward run. Keeper's off his line. Going to try and hit one. Joe Hart was more comfortable than he should have been there. I think that was only inches wide. They've played it down the line where Zabaleta's waiting. De Bruyne, Zabaleta playing a 1-2 between them. Really good stuff here from City. De Bruyne looks to dance his way into the box. Fonte does well, and the half-time whistle goes. Still 0-0, even game. City have come closest to scoring, hitting the post from that Yaya Toure free kick. But I think we've had more chances. So anyone's game in this second 45 at the FA Cup final at Wembley. Yaya Toure, good defending there from Bertrand. Very strong to knock Toure off the ball. And that might set up an opportunity for an attack here. Here is the Ox. What can he do? Looks to cut inside. He has done. Going to hit one because I've got no support. Wasn't far away at all. Oh, how's that stayed in play? Good ball down the line to find Raheem Sterling. Chance for him to put the ball into the area. They've got height in the box. Vital challenge from Fonte. So 18 minutes left. Going to make one change. Joel Campbell is going to come on for Yannick Balassi, who's been booked. I just don't want him to get sent off. Here's Samir Nasri for City, out on the left. Puts the ball in, headed away. Dele Alli will get there. He finds Wanyama as well. He's got runners ahead of him. He's also got Dele Alli inside. And Joel Campbell, the substitute, has got some space here on the left. What's he going to do? Can he put us in front? Saved by Hart. Bundle on the goal line. That's got to be a pen. He's given a pen. Joe Hart panicked, slid in, took out Joel Campbell, and just under 15 minutes remaining, we've got a penalty here. You can see we're trying to force the ball in. Joe Hart just tripped Campbell. No question about it. It's a penalty. Charlie Austin then. Big moment with 15 minutes remaining in this cup tie. Can he put us ahead? He can. Charlie Austin wheels away in celebration. Runs towards the camera. We have a 1-goal lead here at Wembley. Absolute scenes in those Southampton ends here. You can see Austin, it was a big moment for him. He had to hold his nerve. Joe Hart rooted to the spot as the ball flew into him, past him, into that top corner. City throwing everything forward now. Ball is played long. Van Dijk wins the header. Sergio Roberto, great composure. Has he set up a counter-attack here? No, because Dele Alli has lost possession. Otamendi into Nasri. We're looking to defend. Poor challenges though. Fernandinho off the line from Van Dijk. How has he done that? So a couple of changes being made with 4 minutes remaining here. Just fresh legs. Bertrand Traore on for Charlie Austin. And James Ward-Prowse on for Sergio Roberto. So here's Joel Campbell in possession. Just going to hit one. Hope for the best. That very nearly dipped into that top corner. City throwing everything forward. We've got everybody back. Yaya Toure with a chance. Looks to feed it through to De Bruyne. Can't get on the end of it. Come on, ref. Just blow up. 3 added minutes to be played. The Southampton fans begging for the whistle. James Ward-Prowse just looking to keep possession here and run into the corner. But we might go one better. Joel Campbell, lack of experience there, gives the ball away. City coming forward. Yaya Toure finds Aubameyang, who's come on. Great footwork from him. Nasri is there. Back through to Aubameyang. Is he onside? Yes, he is. What a save from Fraser Forster. I was waiting for a whistle for a penalty. I don't know what I was waiting for, really. City have got a corner. We've got one last bit of defending to do here. Joe Hart is forward. Everybody forward for City. De Bruyne will take this corner. It's gone to the edge of the box where Aubameyang is waiting. He lays it off to Fernando, who chips it in. Headed down. Good move. Dele Alli with the clearance. And Joe Hart, I think, is going to head that down. He's headed it to Traore. Shoots. That's going to go in, but it doesn't matter. The full-time whistle has gone. We have won the FA Cup here at Wembley, beating City by 1-0. Charlie Austin with the only goal of the game from the penalty spot. But you have to say, I feel overall we were deserved winners. Those City players are devastated. Not only did they not qualify for the Champions League, but they've also lost out here to us in the FA Cup final. What a first season we have had. Great moment here for captain Jose Fonte. We're going to release him. We're going to sell him at the end of this season. Hopefully get some money for him. But this is his last action as a Southampton player. And what a fitting end to his career here at the Saints, lifting the famous FA Cup at Wembley. There you go, confirmation of it. FA Cup winners, Southampton. And more money to go to the transfer budget, albeit a small amount for winning the FA Cup. 1.8 million in the transfer kitty. So, just to wrap up the end of the first season, there's confirmation of the league table. I know you've seen it already, but I'm just showing you again. We came fourth, qualifying for the Champions League qualification stage. United are the champions, Chelsea runners-up, and Everton will also be in the Champions League with us. Watford, Bournemouth and Norwich have gone down. So looking at the teams that have come up, Middlesbrough and Sheffield Wednesday are the two teams that have achieved automatic promotion, and either Burnley, Derby, Cardiff or QPR will join them via the playoffs in the Premier League next season. And just out of interest, looking at the other leagues, Real Madrid have won La Liga, Valencia finishing second, Barcelona down in third. Celtic won the SPL comfortably, Dundalk winning the league in Ireland, Benfica winning the Portuguese league, PSV seeing off the challenge of Ajax to win the Dutch league. Roma, of all teams, won Serie A. Juventus finishing second, Inter Milan in third. Let's have a look at the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich, no surprise, have won that clearly. Borussia Dortmund finishing second. Leverkusen up there in third. What a season they had. Wolfsburg in fourth. Disappointing season for Schalke, down in sixth. Looking at the French league, shock horror. PSG have won. Lyon finishing second. Monaco in third. Looking at the Premier League top scorers then, Diego Costa has won the Golden Boot. Danny Welbeck also winning it with him, scoring 15 goals apiece. Doumbia from Newcastle scoring at 14, what a season for him. And then our very own Charlie Austin in 4th place with 13 Premier League goals. Looking at the assists then, Adam Lallana has come out on top, getting into double figures for Premier League assists. De Jong, Amrabat, Rooney, Doumbia, Sessegnon and Doy, Willian Arta, and then our very own Victor Wanyama finishing top as far as we are concerned in 10th place with 6 assists. But then we have a winner, Fraser Forster. Congratulations, my friend. Top in terms of clean sheets, a massive 20. That means we kept more clean sheets. You know, means 18 games that we didn't keep a clean sheet. 20 games in which we did. That is an incredible defensive record. So time now for another squad report. We're going to be looking at stats in terms of appearances and goals, assists, clean sheets, etc. just to see how they did basically on an individual basis, and also this gives us an idea of which players we want to see leave the club next year. Obviously we're going to make way, try and improve the squad where we can. You can see Fraser Forster kept 22 clean sheets. Callum Chambers grabbed 2 goals this season on loan. Obviously he will go back to Arsenal. Cedric didn't get on the score sheet, unfortunately, playing 18 games. Cuco Martina, 7 appearances, he played alright. Van Dijk, ever present for us, 20 clean sheets he was involved in, making 43 appearances. Then the captain, Jose Fonse, who will be departing. His overall's gone down, as you can see, but 49 appearances, and he managed to grab a goal and an assist for his troubles as well. 15 appearances from Yoshida. I don't think he'll be at the club next year. Jason McCarthy obviously returned from a loan spell away from the club. He will get an opportunity maybe next year, or he may go out on loan again. Jordan Turnbull, another youngster, he was out on loan. Gardos made 7 appearances, didn't grab any goals or assists, but he was involved in a clean sheet. Jack Stevens will be loaned out, obviously he's at Coventry this year. DeBayo as well will be loaned out, he was at Barnsley. Matty Targett was ever present, obviously due to that injury to Ryan Bertrand. 39 appearances, but unfortunately for him, he didn't grab any goals. Ryan Bertrand played 18 games, no goals for him either, but he did grab 3 assists. Then we've got Will Wood, he will be loaned out again next year. Victor Wanyama, 4 goals for him, and I can imagine they were all wonder goals. We've seen some of the strikes he's had this year. 6 assists, obviously our top assister as well, and he was involved in 20 clean sheets, 42 appearances, probably our player of the season. Harrison Reed, 9 appearances for him, 2 goals. Happy for him to get on the score sheet. I think they came in pre-season though, I'm not sure. I don't know if they're recorded. Oh, there you go. You can see they came in the pre-season competition. No Premier League goals for him. Then you got Oriol Romeu, grabbed a couple of goals, both of them in the Capital One Cup. 2 assists for him as well. 11 appearances. When he played, he was good. Don't know what we'll do with him next year. It's a tough decision. Geordie Classy, who played quite a few games in the latter part of the season. 20 appearances he made in total. No goals to his name, but he did grab 2 Premier League assists. And then you got the Ox, who obviously joined us from Arsenal, so those 42 appearances aren't all for us. He did grab some goals for us though. 4 goals and 3 assists in total in his 42 appearances. Joel Campbell played 32 games, of course joined us from Arsenal for 4.7 million. Grabbed 1 Premier League goal, 2 goals in the FA Cup and a goal in the Capital One Cup as well, with 3 assists. He was a good signing. James Ward, the youth player, he managed to grab himself a Premier League goal on the final day of the season. Hopefully he'll be more involved next year. Training and development as well will help him improve. He's only 17. And then the other youngster, Eugenio Vera, just 4 appearances. Difficult to get them in to competitive games. Lloyd Isgrove, he will be loaned out again next year. Sergi Roberto played 34 games, scoring 2 Premier League goals and grabbing 4 assists. He was a decent signing from Barcelona. And then Dele Alli, who scored some cracking goals. Just 2 in the Premier League, 1 in the FA Cup, but he did score 1 screamer. Can't remember who it was against, but he was a decent player, expecting a lot more from him next season. He's only 20 years old as well. James Ward-Prowse, 26 appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists. Armani Little out at Cambridge, he will be loaned out again next year. Jake Flanagan will also be loaned out again. Dominic Gape. And then Yannick Balassi, who we of course signed in January. Jay Rodriguez going in the other direction. Good bit of business, I feel. He sort of started to show a bit of form towards the end of the season as he settled into that role on the left-hand side. Expect big things from this man next season. Tadic, 6 goals, 2 assists, 34 appearances. Played a lot in the first half of the season, but after the arrival of Balassi, kind of struggled to get into the side. Emilio Vilna, one of the youngsters, his overall has gone up +6. He's just 17 years of age. He played 14 times. He was probably the best of the youngsters that we signed. Not the best rated overall, but in terms of his trickery and his footwork and creativity, he was good. Grabbed himself 2 goals, unfortunately none in the Premier League. He will be trained and developed and probably used quite a bit next year. Fabio Barros wasn't used a lot, just the 2 appearances, no goals or assists. Sam McQueen, the youngster, he will be loaned out or sold next year. He's worth $500,000, so I may look to get that in on the budget. Josh Sims, obviously his overall's going up a lot, another youngster, he will be loaned out again. Ryan Gould on loan from Sporting Lisbon. Was expecting bigger things. I know he's only 20 and he's got a lot of potential, but we're not going to keep him at the club any longer. I did grab 2 goals and 3 assists. None of those were in the Premier League. Wanmi, that cam role, he did come on, he scored 1 goal in the Capital One Cup. It was important. Only 8 appearances. Not sure what we're going to do with him next year. He's 23 years old, worth a couple of million. I might sell him on. Gaston Ramirez, obviously he's on loan at Middlesbrough. Interesting, just 25 years old, but he's highly valued. If he comes back, I don't know if it's a 1-year loan or 2-year loan he's got at Middlesbrough. If he comes back, I will probably look to sell him on and recoup the funds. Jake Hesketh on loan at Borussia Dortmund. Didn't make any appearances, I don't think. He will be loaned out or sold next year. And then our goal machine, Charlie Austin, 19 goals in total, 13 of them coming in the Premier League, 1 in the Capital One Cup and 5 in 4 FA Cup appearances. Impressive record, total of 19 in 33 appearances and 5 assists for him as well. Definitely our main striker, which is an area of the team I want to improve over the summer. Definitely want to be bringing in another striker for competition for him or somebody to even replace him so that Charlie Austin would become our backup. Bertrand Traore, obviously we signed him from Chelsea. He's currently our backup striker, 20 years old. Through training and appearances, he has got a lot of potential and will progress a lot. He managed to grab 2 Premier League goals in his 15 appearances for us this season. Then Ryan Seager, sold or loaned out next year, not sure which. We'll have to have a look over the pre-season competition. Everybody will get the opportunity to prove themselves. Shane Long, disappointed with him. Of course, we had him in our Palace career mode. 19 Premier League appearances. Granted, a lot of those were off the bench, but he only grabbed 3 goals. Not as impressive as I thought he would be, and I'm a big fan of Shane Long. Graziano Pella, 5 Premier League goals in 11 Premier League appearances. Now, that's a good record, but he is 30. We didn't play him a lot. He is transfer listed. I probably will look to move him on in the summer. I know it's a bit of a shame because he is a fan favourite, but we're looking for a younger side here, a team to build for the future, and he is just not part of those plans, unfortunately. Sam Gallagher, out on loan at Yeovil. He will go out on loan again or be sold next year. So season 1 has come to an end. We finished in 4th place, FA Cup winners as well. I'm sure you'll agree it was a fantastic season. Start to get your transfer suggestions in. I think we need a centre-back, possibly a cam. I think I want a natural cam and a centre forward. So get your comments in, get your transfer suggestions in. We'll look to build and improve the squad over the summer. But for now, season 1 is over. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. Massive thank you to all your support throughout this first season. And long may the Southampton journey continue. Next time you see us, it'll be season 2. See you next time.